Hi, I'm Ben, I'm from Rogue Radio, and you've just come off stage at NFT London. Yep. Do you want to introduce yourself a moment?
Yeah, I'm Jonny Seymour, I'm a CMO at the Uncharted NFTs, and I've previously worked in advertising for 13 years, and I've been in the Web3 space for just over 2 years now, building various products.
So you've just come off stage a moment ago, it was quite a heated discussion.
Yeah.
Can you just give us a bit of an overview of what that was covering?
Yeah, so we were talking about the future of the metaverse and what that's going to entail. The future of NFTs and how they're going to integrate into society and really bring mass adoption.
Okay, and it got quite heated on stage.
It did, yeah. And I think a lot of it's to do with the fact that I'm a firm believer that I don't think that the terms NFTs and metaverse or any of the underlying tech will be spoken about to be mainstream. I don't think anybody wants to know. I think it's we like it, but it's boring.
Yeah.
It's very boring.
Well, this is difficult to onboard when we're talking about metaverses and wallets and NFTs, as opposed to, like, if we talk about the best use case for metaverse, it's probably gaming.
Yep.
And so within gaming, it's not about metaverse, is it? It's about ownership of assets, of land, of space, of characters, all of those things. So is that really something that you're working hard towards?
Yeah, definitely in the future. I mean, like when I go back as well, and I think to when I was a kid and I first got into World of Warcraft, and that was, I guess, the first experience in like a metaverse game, right? Because it was open world, it was social, you could do things in it, we could buy, we could sell. It felt like I owned the items that I worked really hard to get. But nobody ever spoke about that as being a metaverse or something else. It just was. And I do think that the next big thing will be like that. It just will be. And gamers will love it, and they won't realise that they own an NFT.
So it's like subliminal onboarding. People will just be the future of what we do. I really do agree with what you're saying. So what were the contrasting points that the other guys on stage were saying?
I think some people believe that, you know, that everyone should know the information, the technology that's driving it, because to be a decentralised world, everybody deserves to understand that, and should know how to use that properly. But
do you think anyone really cares?
No, like I said, I mean, I don't know if you're the same, but my partner, if I talk to her about cryptocurrency, it's just like, get out of it. I don't want to know.
One of those things that I try to bring into the space, they say to me, you're collecting POGs, you're collecting JPEGs, what's the point?
Even now, Beanie Babies, it's like they're not interested at all, and that won't change. The terminology and the way that we bring people in needs to change.
Well, if you think about what Reddit recently just did their avatar launch, that was totally subliminal onboarding into NFTs.
Easy wallet creation, easy avatar creation, bringing it in, and they priced it right, and it was about digital identity for their platform. It wasn't about speculation of what this might be or all these utilities that we might bring in the future, because they knew that their audience wouldn't care about that. It was about our people want a snood. I think, is it called a snood?
Yeah, I think so.
They just wanted an avatar to bring in that identified with Reddit and that they're passionate about it, right? And that's what they delivered.
And it's really exciting, that sense of digital collectibles, which is how they marketed it. The idea of rarity being the thing that drives value, but people really just wanting to have something that represents them. Not thinking about how we're trading and the microeconomic climate. It's not, because that really appeals to a certain audience. Like, if you think about the Web3 space, and when we're all together and we're talking, often we talk about floor price, or we talk about bond, or interest rates, and what's happening with the dollar and the pound, and what's happening with the situation in the Ukraine, and all of these different things, and actually that really appeals as subject material to a certain group of people. But more prominently, there's popular culture, art, gaming, fashion, music. These are things that people actually care about, and this is where Web3 can really, if we think about that onboarding and that subliminal messaging, that's where we can really, I think, bring more people into the space by talking about the things that really interest us, the subject material of the collection.
And I do think that it's changed, right? I don't know. In the bull run about a year ago, when everything was heated, any Discord you went into, one of the most popular things that was said was !floor. It would come up constantly. That was all people said, because they just wanted to check the price. They wanted to know how much money they were making if something was exploding. And now it's like people don't even have those commands in their Discord, really. People don't really talk about that, and actually it's almost taboo to go in and talk about the price in a Discord all the time. People just more community focused, more about what they're doing and building. And I think the attitude is changing, and I think that for that reason, although people don't like it, the bear market, it's been a good thing for people's mentality to reset and readjust and go, what is the future of NFTs?
Move away from the kind of get-rich-quick mentality of NFTs and Web3 and more into what's the tech, what does it deliver, and how can we all engage with it going forward?
Because let's be real, right? the bull run really started because loads of people heard that a load of people were making a load of money because they bought some apes.
Completely.
That is it.
It brought me in. Genuinely, it brought me in. That's why I'm here. And then you do a bit of digging and you realise what's going on.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I got brought in for a close friend of mine. He just rung me up one day, and he was already a part of the NFT space, and I was already working in crypto, and he was like, dude, you've got to mint these things. They're fucking amazing. It was all about they were doing this and that, and I just looked at it and I was like, bro, I'm not paying $5,000.
So what is it that really appeals to you? Like, not broadly about the space. What is it that keeps you in Web3? What is the subject material that you're most interested in?
So first and foremost, like I was an artist from 16, and that's kind of where I started my career in advertising, was being an artist. So I moved up to being a creative director.
Okay.
And as soon as I heard that royalties forever, that's never left my mind, and that will always sit there. And you just think, this is incredible. It will back up everything, and that was what's always drawn me in.
Okay.
And now
so it's about the idea of like artists being recognised in perpetuity, as opposed to when they're dead and then people decide that it's great art.
Exactly that. But not only that, right? When we talk about traditional art, you go to we're in London at the moment in the West End. You go to some of the art galleries down the road, right? The art galleries are charging 70% to sell someone's art.
Yeah.
The artist gets 30%, they'll pay tax on that 30%, and then they'll never get any royalties.
Yeah.
So actually, they might sell a piece for $1 million, but they're getting a fraction.
So it's a really interesting way that this flips that.
Completely flipped it. Completely flipped it.
And do you think, because there's been a whole lot of talk about like removing royalties and all of those things, do you think that in time that will continue to be the case? Do you think, or do you think it might change?
One thing that really frustrates me is that the platforms that have been built that take the decision out of the artist's hands. They make it 0% royalties. They have no right to do that, in my opinion. It's not fair, because
I agree.
They should have the choice whether they want to do that or not. And it's just to take that away from someone, when people will go there to buy it to save some money.
Maybe it's not the artist that deserves the choice. Maybe it's the community and the people that are buying it that should be given the opportunity to support an artist.
It's true and not true, right? But we know that people will do anything to save a bit of money, right?
Sure.
You only got to look at CDs to Spotify or iTunes to Spotify.
I understand,
When iTunes existed, without Spotify, most people were illegally downloading. Even though they love that artist and they'd go and watch them talk and all this stuff, they won't buy the album. They'd rather illegally download it. So like, if people can save a bit of money, they always will. There'll be a fraction that will decide to support the artist. Most people to save 5%.
And you always have that small, like you have people that record collectors and all of these things. And it's kind of really interesting.
Hardcore, they're like us right now.
There you go. That's exactly what I was getting at. That is us right now. And we need more people, right? We need more people in seeing what it's capable of, onboarding, so that we can normalise it and we can refine the user experience. Because I think then that's when people will be like, okay, this is worth my while, because it's not a headache to even get set up. Do you feel like you sort of an to say today on the stage?
To be honest, I think our panel could have gone on for at least an hour or two.
I think we could go on for about an hour or two.
We had a really good contrasting group of people, and we hadn't met before, and even just chatting just before we were on the stage, everyone just clicked really well. Everyone come from a different background, had a different viewpoint. I just thought this is going to be good fun.
And have you enjoyed the conference rounded?
I've been here all day yesterday, and I'll be here all day today, just sitting in rooms. I've listened to some of my friends that I know, and just sitting in the back of rooms. And
there's a good energy in the place.
There is a good energy, and actually it's a really, again, it's an interesting group of diverse people, and it's amazing to be at events like this and to see people in real life.
It's been really good meeting you. Thanks very much. Speak to you again soon.
Cheers.